運が悪かったんだよ、お前らは。
I mean, no. That's not how that works, Kiryu. No. Okay, I believe we have one more to go, and then also we need to wrap up the banana bar one. Yeah. And I believe we can trigger one more. Let's see if we can get it to activate or not. I'm also... I may need... Do I have it? No. It may be in the item box, so I'm going to check that real quick. This is something that the original game did not have, by the way, is you could not check the item box from the payphones. The payphones were save points, and you had to have a hideout in order to access your item box. I have 2 Amon sunglasses. If you wanted to access your item box, you had to go to the hideout that you had in order to physically go to an actual Resident Evil style item box. This is it? Yes. Okay, we need this for the... God damn it. Sub-story. Remaining sub-story. These are so much less annoying when I remember that I can do the fucking tiger drop to just demolish him. Actually. I'm not really trying to get all of these, but if I see them, I might as well grab them. So, the last real sub-story we have, I think we can try and trigger it, is here at Shellac. We might as well get drunk while we're here, also. Let's have some scotch! Yeah, have fun getting chilled with these, booze product placement advertisements whenever you want to order an item. Whenever you want to order some whiskey. Whiskey. He doesn't have any vodka. Sir. What kind of bar does not have vodka, my good man? Give me a sub-story, fucker. There we go. Now it's active. It's Hand-Tellman. Order as usual.
Oh.
I believe this is a new sub-story for this Kiwami. This is a Kiwami sub-story. I get that feeling anyway. It's hard for me to specifically remember every single sub-story that was in the original game. It feels like it would be, because it requires going to that casino underneath the ramen joint. And that line of dialogue is just so, like, post-Yakuza 4 Yakuza game writing. You know what I mean? I mean, you wouldn't if you're playing this game as your first Yakuza game, which is what I'm saying you should do. Which is what I'm saying should be done in general. But this is also Yakuza, the sequel to Yakuza 0. This is Yakuza Kiwami, the sequel to Yakuza 0, which is the 6th game in the franchise. You should not start with the 6th game in the franchise as your first game. Fucker. Anyway, this is our last sub-story, and then we can try and trigger the man scout one. What happened? Something happens to the frame rate in the champion district here. That was weird. That was unnatural. You see how these are just, like, so frequent as to be aggravating? Like, we just fought him. Like, before going into Shellac, the last thing we did was fight Majima. And then boom, here he is once again. In a narrow alleyway. See what I mean? How the champion district is just a knife attack waiting to happen. I want to save my big Majima Everywhere rant for after we actually have proper Majima, like, as part of the actual story. But, like, man, it is just so fucking obtrusive. What a cute idea that just... You can have too much of a good thing, people. Are you sure it's not just the lighting? It looks like green lighting in here.
Fear.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Fear.
Yes, I specifically got that out of my inventory so I could give it to you. Give it to him so I can finish this sub-story. Hooray! But it turned out I'm an idiot. It was the Millennium Puzzle. Yeah, see, that feels like post-Kiwami. This feels like a Kiwami kind of writing, right? You can feel the stickiness, the difference in how other sub-stories that were in the original PS2 game feel in comparison. I wouldn't normally do this right at this moment, but I do have the item on me, so I might as well use it. So using this cheat item will cause the ball to automatically land on the red. Wow. Good on whoever put it on the exact number. Jesus. Anyway, that's it. We'll get our one game of roulette, win, and then leave. That's how that works, right? That's why I had such a weird number of chips. I realized, wait, you can't buy plates? Fuck this. Since I'm here, I might as well eat also. Dat ramen. Okay, so we'll finish off Shellac and let me go south to see if I can trigger the man scout sub-story to trigger its ending state, its conclusionary state. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
何
Dun dun dun. Someone's calling me on my cell phone. You ever have someone walk up behind you, realize you're on a phone call about being an employee at a banana club, and just turn the fuck around? I've had that. Okay, we're right here. It's in front of Millennium Tower, so we can finish this off, head back to Shellac, and then we are done. Here.
いや
Yeah, so that was definitely a Kiwami sub-story. There wasn't even any combat. That's how you can tell. I didn't even have to beat up a transvestite or anything. Foreshadowing. Rest assured, this is in fact foreshadowing.
Fear.
Oi.
That's how that works. Maybe you should have done that before you left, Kiryu.
Oh.
All because of my pizza. Hooray. And that is it. That is all the sub-stories in regards to stuff that isn't specifically associated with certain mini-game locations. that is available as of the start of Chapter 4. That only took, what, 4 hours? 4 or 5 hours? Give or take a lot of interruptions from Majima. We got this up here, which I'll get to. And then we got this down here, which I'll get to. And then we have this, but this can't be concluded until later in the game, so it's pointless to start it right now when it's just going to sit there going unfinished. But otherwise, that is all the sub-stories. You really shouldn't do them the way I just did them. Because, man, that was draining. Going forward, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one barely even counts. There's like 4 in Chapter 5. There's 5 in Chapter 6, and then a bunch of training. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should barely count. 6 in Chapter 7. Yeah, that was a huge glut of sub-stories right away, because you're supposed to slowly go through them and, like, run afoul of them as you progress through the game. You're not supposed to do every single one as soon as they all become available. But now we can focus solely on the main story and not have interruptions like that. But before we do focus on the main story, I want to finish our little tour of Kamurocho by hitting up all the primary locations on the map. We're gonna hit up all these locations. We're going to hit up and explore, and do the associated sub-stories that are involved with a few of them, like this one and the hostess clubs. And then we'll be able to dedicate ourselves entirely to the main story without any interruption. Being interrupted by tripping over sub-stories. Because that's why I wanted to get them all out of the way, so that you're not tripping over sub-stories as we're, like, trying to focus, quote-unquote, on the main quest, on the main story. But until we do that, we're gonna continue not focusing on the main story whatsoever to any degree. Obviously, right?